and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all very well. I'm very well because today's the 1st of September. Hip hip, David?
Hooray!
Hooray! Autumn is here and autumn is mine and David's time. Winter is even more my time, but autumn, I will settle for autumn. So very, very excited that it is now September. September is a favourite month of mine. It's David's birthday. The weather starts cooling down. Strictly starts. We start thinking about Christmas. David and I are allowed to start watching and listening to Christmas things after David's birthday, which is towards the end of September. So yeah, but anyway, we're not talking about favourite things I'm looking forward to in September because I could fill a whole video with that. But today we're going to be talking about my favourite things from the month of August. I will start, as I always do, with my favourite book from the month. However, in this instance, I'm starting with my favourite books from the month. So the first one is What Would the Spice Girls Do by Lauren Bravo. I've gone into much more detail about this on in my August wrap-up. But this is just a really cute... I say cute, but I don't mean to demean it because I do think it's quite powerful. It's a book about what effect the Spice Girls had on modern feminism, on society, etc, etc. It's about how the girl power generation grew up. I consider myself one of the girl power generation. I was, I think I was... How old? I think I was 11 when the first Spice Girls song came out. So I very much grew up with those guys. I really like this book. I feel like it's a really, really fair and sort of measured discussion on the effect that the Spice Girls had. It's not just all like, they were amazing, they were amazing, they were amazing. There's a whole chapter about how potentially they could have sold out, etc like that. And I just really, really loved it. I thought it was really, really good. And it starts with like, each sort of chapter starts with like a little cheeky... like song lyric or something that's come from one of their films or something someone said about them. So for example, these boots were made for world domination, the Spice Girls and style. That was one of my favourites, all about the fashion that the Spice Girls wore. So yeah, really, really loved it. It was really like cheap little thing as well. I just feel like it's a really great little book. Really, really loved it. The second book that I absolutely love this month and I've been eagerly anticipating, like it feels like my whole life, and that is Veg by Jamie Oliver. Jamie Oliver is this chap here. He is a chef and cook in the UK. I don't feel like his reach has reached sort of like further afield. Maybe like, please tell me I'm wrong if that's the case. But he is a chef that I've forever loved his recipes, really enjoyed his shows. I find his recipes are really accessible and really like make delicious food at home. Some of my favourite things I've made ever have been Jamie Oliver recipes. His cookbooks are amazing, his TV shows are amazing, his sort of... He really has he wants to get people cooking. Like, I feel like that's the main message. There's other sort of things to unpack about him, etc. But like his main message is that he wants to get people cooking, and his first ever cookbook, well, one of the first ever cookbooks I actually used to cook rather than just to look at was Ministry of Food, and that will forever be one of my favourite cookbooks because I made so much stuff out of there, and I owe like a lot to Jamie Oliver in terms of like how much I enjoy cooking and how I can provide good meals for my friends and family. So I owe a lot to him. However, I stopped eating meat 4 years ago now, and although a lot of his recipes aren't like it's not like he has whole recipe books full of meat and stuff. I have to put this down because it's so heavy. A lot of his recipes do have chicken, fish, meat, etc, etc, and I've been waiting for so long for him to make a vegetarian cookbook, and he has finally done that. Now I've put this up on Instagram that I've got it, and a lot of people contacted me and said, oh, do let me know how you're getting on with it, do let me know. And I've got to say, I'm really, really loving it. I've made like something like 8 things out of it already. My favourite thing that we've had, David made it for us. I'll show you what I'm having for dinner tonight. I'm cooking out of it tonight. And we are having roast new potato and pickle salad, which is this new potato sort of like crushed with zingy lemon, mustard, loads of herbs and a crumbled feta. And this is like pickled cucumber on top. I've also made like a whole host of things with wraps. So I made like some tortilla chips, I made a black bean quesadilla. David made the other night, which was absolutely delicious, a summer what's it called? Bubble and Squeak. So David made the other night summer bubble and squeak, which is chili fried eggs, apple watercress salad and French dressing, and it was so good. I've also made this shaved fennel, melon and mozzarella salad and summer tagliatelle. So far really loving it. A lot of people ask me if there's a lot of vegan options in there. I wouldn't say there's loads of vegan options in there, but there's vegetarian options, and you could definitely swap out a lot of the cheese or cream or anything for vegan options. So I do feel like this is a very veganable book, but so far absolutely love it, absolutely delighted by it, really enjoying it so much. So I've got a few things to sort of talk about as opposed to show you this month. I'll leave the other things that I want to show you towards the end of the video, just for, you know, just for that sake. Something I will talk about is the fact that I went on a trip to Ireland earlier this month. My friend Ed and my other friend Claire got married in Carrick in Ireland, which was really lovely, and we had a lovely time over there. Now I love Ireland. I've been there many times over in my time. I lived with an Irish girl called Neve for about 18 months. We lived together, and we were just mad. We just used to go out, like, it was in my early 20s, and we'd just sort of go out and get drunk and just be stupid and not really take much care of ourselves but look after each other, and yeah, it was just some mad years, like fun to look back on, but at the time, like, I feel like I could have taken a bit more care of myself. And I haven't seen Neve for such a long time. She moved to Essex for a while and taught there. She was a teacher, and now she lives back in Ireland. And yeah, we just sort of, like, we're both a bit bloody useless with staying in touch with each other, and it was really nice to see her. And I saw her the night before the wedding, and then I saw her at the wedding, and it was just so lovely to have a lovely catch up, and it was just wonderful. It was like it's been like 4 years since I last saw her, and it just felt like it hadn't been a day, which was really lovely. So that was a lovely thing. She was a bridesmaid at the wedding. And then also a couple of things that I need to mention that I just love about Ireland. The first one being the Happy Pear hummus that I bought in Super Value. Happy Pear are a set of twin brothers who are vegan, and they do a lot of recipes. They've got I've got all three of their cookbooks, but they've also got a YouTube channel where they do a lot of cooking and things like that. And I found them through Jamie Oliver's FoodTube, actually, and I really love them, and I love their recipes, and I've made quite a lot of their recipes. And I knew that them being Irish, I knew that they did a range in Ireland in Super Value. Now since then I've heard that sometimes some of their products filter back to Waitrose over here. I've not seen any of their products in Waitrose, but the hummus that they do was the best hummus I've ever had in my entire life. It was absolutely delicious. It's called like Happy Pear Happy Hummus or something. It's just so smooth and lovely. I love La Sabra hummus, but this hummus was just amazing. So if you live in Ireland and you're after a hummus, it was a bit pricey. It was like €3.50 for a pot, but it is the best hummus I ever had. We went we went shopping, and then we went, as I said, we were only there 2 nights. We were there the night before the wedding and the night of the wedding, and then we came back, and on the night before the wedding, we'd been to the pub with the people who were going to be at the wedding the next day. When we came back, we just had hummus and dip. It was absolutely delicious. And then another thing I love, which we don't have over here, is Club Orange, which is basically Fanta, but it's got like juicy bits in it, and I don't drink, so I was just absolutely smashing back the Club Oranges the whole time I was there, which was lovely. But my tooth was hurting so much when I got home, where I'd just been drinking loads of Club Orange. So there, I just had a lovely time, bought loads of berries tea, went to Supermax, just did like all the Irish things that I love to do when I'm in Ireland, and yeah, it was just a lovely trip. It was a really lovely time. I had a lovely time, and the wedding was just wonderful, and it was just nice to catch up with everyone and just have a fun time. I really enjoyed it. Something else that I've loved this month, one of my favourites, it's about David, and he's sat over there and he doesn't know I'm going to talk about it yet. Oh, I didn't even think you'd registered. David started listening to audiobooks, and it really has been one of my favourite things. He listened to, we listened to Gone Fishing, which was an audiobook by Paul Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer, on the way to and from our holiday when we went to the Lake District in July. David's always sort of said he's not really interested in audiobooks, and sort of just went, okay. But I knew he loved the series Gone Fishing, and we listened to that and we loved it. And then when he got back, he listened to 2 audiobooks within like really quick succession of each other, and I was just so delighted. It just made me so happy. One of them being my favourite books from last year, which was This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. I just feel like he really loved. I mean, come over here and tell us what you thought of them. Sorry, I know I've sprung it on you. And the other one was How Not to Be a Boy by Robert Webb. And yeah, so what did you love about these audiobooks? It was just so lovely to see you enjoying audiobooks and reading. Say hi.
Hello. I liked how they were read.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it. And yeah, I just quite enjoyed the fact that it was, because they're quite like biographies, and I quite enjoyed that because
you like non-fiction.
I kind of, yeah, I'm definitely a non-fiction man.
Yeah, so you listen to those so quickly, like literally we got back, I think you were listening to them on the flight on the way to and from Ireland, I remember.
I was.
And you love them, and I was just so happy because for so long, like, I mean, reading is a really big part of my life, and David, you do read more than you used to, but you still don't read lots, do you? And after he listened to like Gone Fishing, and so like you listened to like 3 audiobooks in about 3 weeks, which is just amazing. You've hit a bit of a hiatus since then, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just because I've been distracted with other things at the minute.
Yeah, but he was like ringing me and saying, oh, I've been listening to my audiobook on the coach on the way home, and he was like just listening to it by himself in here, and it was just making me so happy. It's one of my favourite things from the month of August that you listen to those audiobooks. I just loved it so much.
Good.
Please continue to listen to audiobooks. It was lovely. I will continue with other things. What I should have mentioned in amongst my Irish things was that one of my other favourites from this month was the fact that I had pink hair. Now, it's all but washed out now. I've got slightly pink roots. On the morning of the wedding, I dyed my hair bright pink. And I mean like the brightest pink I've ever dyed it. And I really loved it. And it faded out lovely. What I find about having, because when I was younger, all I ever wanted was different colour hair. And because I had dark brown hair that didn't hold colour or anything like that, I was just like, I'm never going to have different colour hair. So now I've got blonde hair. I try and make it fun as often as I can, so I dyed it bright pink, like really bright pink, and pink fades out lovely. So like when it was bright pink I loved it, and as it was fading out it's just looking nicer and nicer, and now it's sort of all but gone apart from these roots. But yeah, I just love having coloured hair, and that pink hair, I really enjoyed having it, and it just felt so great, and it just makes me feel lovely, and I love bright colours anyway, so my pink hair was another favourite of mine. And then the last 3 things. One of the other things is that David and I mentioned at the beginning of this video that September is a favourite month of mine because Strictly Come Dancing's back now. Strictly Come Dancing is a programme that's on in the UK. I believe elsewhere in the world it's called like Dancing with the Stars. It's a dance competition where professional ballroom and Latin dancers get paired up with celebrities, and they learn how to dance. And it's been something I've loved forever. My sister used to be a ballroom dancer when we were younger, so I was going to like watching her in her lessons and going to Blackpool and watching her compete and things. And I love the series, and I look forward to it every year. David loves it now because I love it. My best friend Emma loves it as well. We always have like a launch party and a finals night with her and her family. And yeah, I love it. And David and I have been talking for quite some time about starting a podcast about Strictly Come Dancing, and we've done it. It's called Strictly Pod Dancing. There's been 2 episodes so far. There's been an intro episode where sort of we talk about ourselves. What are you doing making noises over there for?
Oh, so I was singing the theme tune.
Oh, you're singing the theme tune. And then we've done a second episode where we talk about who we think is going to be partnered with who in terms of predictions. Now, the launch show is going to be on the 7th, so not today, which is, yeah, I think it is the 7th, and we're going to be doing an episode, 2 episodes a week from that point on. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Like David and I, he's done an amazing job at editing it, and we've put quite a lot of effort into it, so it'll be really fun if you would like to go and listen to that. If you're not into Strictly Come Dancing, then don't worry, but yeah, it's something that we're both really thrilled that we've done. So yeah, very proud of ourselves about that, and yeah, we're doing really well, aren't we? So many more people have downloaded it than we thought would, so yeah, we're really delighted about it. So the last 2 things are things I've got to show you. The first one are these beautiful earrings from Depop. You may know that I've got a bit Depop mad this year. I'm not buying any new clothes. I've also got this top from Depop. I'm even dressing autumnal now, aren't I? This is very good, this top. Depop it's a bit like an online boot fair, which apparently is a word people don't use, boot sale, car boot sale, where you can buy second-hand clothes. So quite often I will buy clothes on there. It's quite easy for me to search because I just search like size 18, which is the size I want, that I am, like, and then a brand, and then like a pattern or a colour or something like that. That's how I ended up with this lovely Stars and Moons. I just love Stars and Moons. But I'd seen like these big earrings somewhere else, and I searched like star and moon earrings, and these come up, and they were absolutely gorgeous, and I looked at them for such a long time. They were £7. They are second hand, so I had to clean them properly when I got them. But I just feel like they're so good. Like, they're gold, they're glittery, they've got stars and moon on. They're just like, oh my God, I just love them so much. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder the whole time because I can't take my eyes off of them. So yeah, second-hand earrings, absolutely love them. If you buy second-hand earrings, make sure you clean them properly. And then the last thing is something that I bought today. David and I have been to a car boot sale this morning. We've been to one local to us, and I think we went with sort of big ideas. We were like, oh, we're going to take 20 quid each, and then we're going to see what we buy, and we're going to come back and we're going to film a haul of it. Well, I bought two things. They were both the same thing, and they were both 50p, and that was two of these massive plates, which it says here, Songbirds by Barrett's, made in England. I just got it because I love platters and plates and sort of like presenting food on this. I feel like this will look beautiful with like a salad on it, or like potatoes, or even if you were to do like a roast dinner and have like the potatoes and veg around it and everything. Like, it's just beautiful. And it was 50p. There was 3 of them there. When I said to her how much for the plates, I thought she was going to be like £3-4. She's like, oh, 50p each. And I sort of regret the last one. So these two were in, this one and then the one I got my mum were in pretty good nick. And then the last one had quite a big chip out of this side and a chip out the other side. But I do sort of wish maybe I'd haggled her and said, oh, I'll have all 3 for £1. But I didn't. But I absolutely love it. 50p, like, that is just worth so much more to me. I will get so much use out of that. And yeah, I say, oh, I left the boot fair with having only spent £1 and like buying the same thing, but like, that is just invaluable to me, just being able to like put loads of food on there and just have a lovely time, and I'm going to use that forever. So very, very delighted with myself, very thrilled with that. So those are my favourite things for the month of August. Would be very interested to hear what your favourite things in the month of August were. Are you looking forward to September? Are you pleased it's cooled down a bit? I am. Yes, I am. Both of those things, yes. I hope you're all having a lovely September so far. I know I will be, and I will see you all again soon for another Richie video. Goodbye.